Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss about elastic load balancing and auto scaling groups in AWS. So these services are basically the backbone of scalability and fraud tolerant in cloud computing system. So without any delay, let's get started. So scalability and high availability. So what does scalability mean? So scalability basically allows the applications to handle increasing workloads. So there are two types of scalability in AWS, vertical scalability and horizontal. In vertical, uh, it increases the instances size from, for example, from T2 to T3, and in horizontal scaling, we will add more instances to the existing instances. So the workload will be evenly distributed using the distributed systems. High availability basically means deploying across multiple zones so that the instances or servers are highly available to evenly distribute the workload. So basically the goal of scalability and high availability in AWS environment is to make sure the data centers survive to handle multiple workloads and in case of any natural or human-made disasters. So moving on to the next one. Now let's discuss about the elastic load balancing or ELB. So what does this mean? Elastic load balancing or ELB automatically distributes traffic across multiple targets such as EC2 instance servers, containers, and IP addresses or Lambda functions. So this one basically increases the reliability by ensuring requests only go through healthy resources. So it also supports to check the route of the traffic or to make only allow the healthy targets. So this also works across multiple uh, zones. So now let's discuss about types of load balancers. So what does load balancer mean? So load balancer, as the name suggests, it ensures the load is evenly distributed across various EC2 instances. When the user uh, queries, this acts in between as a bridge and evenly distributes the traffic throughout the multiple servers. So namely, there are four types of load balancers. The classic load balancer, as you see, which is a legacy load balancer, which was retired in 2023 and is no more in use. And application load balancer is used for layer 7. It only allows traffic from HTTP and HTTPS uh, servers based on the host and path routing. Whereas the network load balancer or NLB allows layer 4 traffic, which is ultra low latency. This is one of the most used load balancer where it uh, can handle millions of requests. On the other hand, we have the gateway load balancer, which is also called GWLB. This is used to deploy and manage third-party applications which go through the firewall before they go to the server. Now let's move on to discuss about the ELB features. So ELB offers several key features such as SSL termination for secure connections, sticky sessions for session affinity, and cross-zone load balancing for even traffic distribution across the AWS environment. And it also enables to integrate seamlessly with auto-scaling groups and provides monitoring through CloudWatch. Okay, that's about the ELB features. Now let's discuss about auto scaling groups. So what are auto scaling groups? So as the name suggests, it ensures you always have the right number of EC2 instance servers that are running, which automatically add instances during high demand and then remove them during low demand in order to save the costs and to be cost efficient. So they also replace unhealthy instances to maintain the application health across the environment. So scaling policies. Now let's discuss about this. So what are scaling policies? So in order to handle scalability and scale in AWS, so we have basically four types of scaling policies. The first one is dynamic scaling, which reacts to metrics like CPU usage. And second one is predictive scaling, which forecasts future traffic. And the scheduled scaling, which runs only at specific times. And the targeted trafficking policy, which keeps the performance at a defined level, such as maintaining average CPU at 50% in order to maintain the threshold limits. So let's talk about launch configurations and templates. So to standardize how new instances are created, so we use launch configurations and launch templates. So these define details like AMI, instance type, security groups, and key pairs. So these launch templates even support versioning, making them more flexible for production environments within AWS. Okay, so now that we have discussed about ELB and ASG, load balancer and auto scaling groups, so what are the benefits of this having them in AWS? So by combining ELB and ASG, so we get high availability, fault tolerance, and elasticity and cost efficiency. So the load balancer ensures a smooth traffic flow while auto scaling ensures the capacity maintained in times of demand when it is detected within the servers. Okay, so now let's talk about the shared responsibility model. So in AWS shared responsibility model, uh, it there are two so there are two responsibilities from one is from the AWS side and the other one is from the user perspective. So AWS manages the underlying infrastructure uh, and networking and managed service availability, whereas the user or the customer side responsibility is to configure the load balancers, scaling policies, IAM user management, and security settings. So security, so AWS makes sure the clouds are secure, and it's important to understand that AWS handlers and what is your responsibility as from the user's perspective too. So that's all about shared responsibility model. So to summarize, so we have discussed about elastic load balancing or ELB, so which keeps traffic evenly distributed and directed to healthy targets, while auto scaling groups automatically adjust capacity to meet demand. So together they deliver scalability, reliability, and cost efficiency, which are crucial for modern cloud applications. So yeah, that's all from me for today. So I will see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.